according to the Fed's own report, if you continue raising interest rates as you plan, unemployment will be 4.6% by the end of the year, more than a full point higher than it is today. Chair Powell, if you hit your projections, do you know how many people who are currently working, going about their lives, will lose their jobs?
I don't have that number in front of me. I will say it's not an intended consequence.
But it is, and it's in your report, and that would be about 2 million people who would lose their jobs, people who are working right now, making their mortgages. So, Chair Powell, if you could speak directly to the 2 million hardworking people who have decent jobs today, who you're planning to get fired over the next year, what would you say to them? How would you explain your view that they need to lose their jobs?
I would explain to people more broadly that inflation is extremely high and it's hurting the working people of this country badly. All of them, not just 2 million of them, but all of them are suffering under high inflation, and we are taking the only measures we have to bring inflation down.
And putting 2 million people out of work is just part of the cost, and they just have to bear it?
Will working people be better off if we just walk away from our jobs and inflation remains 5-6%?
Let me ask you about what happens if you do this. Since the end of World War II, there have been 12 times in which the unemployment rate has increased by 1 percentage point within 1 year, exactly what you're aiming to do right now. How many of those times did the U.S. economy avoid falling into a recession?
You know, it's not as black and white as very
Just
very
looking
infrequent.
at the numbers, it actually is pretty black
Alan
and white.
Blinder's written a book on this.
There have been 12 times that we've seen a 1 point increase in the unemployment rate in a year. That's exactly what your Fed report has put out as the projection and the plan based on how you're going to keep raising these interest rates. How many times did the economy fail to fall into a recession after doing that? Out of 12 times.
I think the number is 0.
I think the number is 0. That's exactly right. So then the question becomes, we've got 2 million people out of work. Can you stop it at 2 million people? History suggests that the Fed has a terrible track record of containing modest increases in the unemployment rate. Once the economy starts shedding jobs, it's kind of like a runaway train. It is really hard to stop.
Good morning, friends. Happy Tuesday to all of you. Dear friends, new inflation relief checks are beginning to go out to many Americans. As the Federal Reserve announces their new plan to tackle inflation, new relief plans are gaining support from more lawmakers. And these payments will range from $50 to as much as $350. So please make sure that you watch until the end of this video. Also, to say thank you for being part of this community and for joining me here every single day, I will be announcing 2 winners this coming Friday for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter the giveaway, friends, simply click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. My friends, the more videos that you comment on, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Over in the state of Illinois, millions of residents have now received over $1 billion in income and property tax rebates as part of the Illinois Senate Democrat-backed Illinois Family Relief Plan. The budget led by the Illinois Senate Democratic Caucus and the subsequent tax relief plan prioritize working families, single parents, and vulnerable communities. According to Illinois state officials, it comes following a sizable surplus made possible by years of financial responsibility and balanced budgets. State Senator Meg Lauren Capel told reporters, from crisis losses to the increased cost of living, families across the state face financial distress. As a General Assembly, we recognize the daily struggles of hardworking people and pass a comprehensive plan to provide them with much-needed relief to help them get back on their feet. Under the Illinois Family Relief Plan, taxpayers saw both property and income tax rebates. Families who filed 2021 Illinois taxes were eligible to receive up to $700. Individual filers who made less than $200,000 a year received a $50 income tax rebate, and couples who make less than $400,000 a year received $100. Also, filers were eligible for $100 per dependent, with a maximum of 3 dependents. Additionally, people who paid property taxes in 2021 on their primary residence in 2020 were eligible for up to $300. The rebate was equal to the property tax that a resident was qualified to claim on their 2021 taxes. Residents of New Lenox, Illinois, will also be receiving rebates from the town's property tax refund program. The program has been running annually for 13 years. For this year, eligible residents will receive the full amount of their 2021 property tax amount. To receive the refund, residents must have applied for the rebate by the December 15th deadline of last year. Applicants must still live in New Lenox and have lived there in 2021. They must also have been a property owner of either a single-family home, townhome, apartment, or condominium unit. It has been confirmed that checks will begin to be mailed out starting this week. Unemployment remains at rock-bottom rates, and consumer prices continue to soar. As a result, the average rate on a 30-year mortgage rose to 6.73% this week. That is up from 6.64% last week and 6.27% just 3 weeks ago. Mortgage rates rose steeply for most of 2022, topping 7% in November. They retreated from the autumn peak, but now they are rising once again. They remain well above their 2021 lows in the 2 to 3% range, and the run-up has roiled the housing market. The National Association of Realtors report that home sales have fallen for 12 consecutive months, and prices are softening in many parts of the country. The Fed has been moving aggressively to control inflation. The central bank followed 7 rate hikes in 2022, with a February 1st increase, albeit a smaller one of a quarter point. The Federal Reserve is expected to raise rates yet again this month. Those moves have created upward pressure on rates, while also raising the risk of a recession. Though its moves are influential, the Fed doesn't directly set fixed mortgage rates. Nearly half of Americans believe we're already in a recession, according to a new survey, and almost as many have actively started preparing for one. Common steps people are taking right now to gird their finances against an economic downturn include building up their emergency savings, cutting back on spending, and also stockpiling food or supplies. To be sure, economists often err in their forecasts, and some told ABC News that the path of averting an economic downturn is still possible. Jeffrey Roach, an economist, called the coexistence of strong economic data and persistent recession fears a conundrum. The high prices that weigh on the economy trace back to the crisis-induced supply bottlenecks that made it harder to access a slew of goods, including essentials like gas and food. The combination of easing inflation and sustained economic growth have driven hope among some of a soft landing, in which the Fed slows the economy and brings down inflation, while also preventing the U.S. from entering a recession. Well, my dearest and most amazing friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this Tuesday. Thank you so much, friends, for being part of this community and for joining me here every single day. To say thank you and to show my appreciation, I will be announcing 2 winners this coming Friday for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter the giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. My dear friends, the more videos that you comment on, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed Tuesday.